your personal style might be less personal than you think. In today's video, I'm going to discuss the topics of are personal style videos and courses killing your personal style? But also, are we overcomplicating the way we think about fashion, personal style, and even our body image? Let's talk about it. I want to discuss my personal experience of how completing a personal style course resulted in me losing my sense of personality in fashion and eventually led to me wasting a lot of money and time and energy. Social media feeds are packed with content about personal style. It's like everyone is feeling indirectly pressured to have it. Maybe you've already used the 3 words method, maybe you know your essences, but here's a question for you. How much of what you wear today is truly your style, and how much is actually shaped by what's trending or who's trending? Why do you even feel like you need personal style at all? So the reason why I joined the course is that at that time, which is around a year ago, I was going through some internal changes and a lot of changes in my life. I was feeling like my wardrobe didn't really correspond to me anymore. It wasn't updated enough. And so I joined the personal style course. I won't say which course it is because it wouldn't be fair, because the course is very well made and I have nothing bad per se to say about it. But I do want to talk about the fact that at the end of the day, it had some negative impact on the way I thought about fashion and on the way I managed my money last year. Personal style has a lot to do with you, your likes, your dislikes, not your lifestyle per se, and just what makes you happy, just what you want to give off to the universe. So clearly, a personal style course cannot tell you what you like, what you dislike, and who you are. If you're waiting for a stranger that's essentially just giving you information and educating you on materials, on different cuts, different styles, if you're waiting on them to tell you who you are, you'd rather put your money in therapy than the course. Let me tell you this. Some people don't want to express themselves through clothes. They just want to find clothes that make them look good and they feel comfortable with, that suit their coloring, or suit their morphology. And that's fair. They don't need a personal style course. They just need tips and education into how to understand different cuts and just styling guides. I think that's far from being personal style. I think both ways of doing are absolutely fine and absolutely fair. But I think what's unfair is to tell everyone that they should develop a personal style. And coming back to my personal experience, I think over the years, social media, and especially Instagram and TikTok, have made me a little less creative in my outfits. There was less creativity and less resourcefulness into thinking of how and where I could source those things, those little details that I could incorporate in my outfits and how. There was always a ready-made recipe for me where to find the things to buy and also how to pair them together. There was always a trend that you needed to follow. In the end, chasing a personal style that is actually impersonal. Overall, they made me less me and they made me spend a lot of money mindlessly. A year ago, I decided to delete social media from my phone. I decided to only keep YouTube because that's what made me happy. That's where you guys are, and that's where I feel happy by giving you something valuable. And I cannot tell you how much happier I am, how much more creative, how much more me in my personal style, much more satisfied of my outfits, creations, and the value I give you guys. I feel like I am my own trendsetter instead of chasing trends. So let's take a step back and let's talk about the personal styling courses and the personal styling trendy videos that we see, because I think that what happens when you make personal style a mainstream media trend is that people are given extensive lists of wardrobe basics that they need to have a real cohesive and beautiful wardrobe. And no matter how you tailor those basics to what you think is your personal style and your personal taste, the result of it is that your wardrobes are full with basics that look exactly like the basics that the next person has. And if a wardrobe full of basics is what you want, that's fair, but it's not the same recipe for everyone. You basically end up spending a lot of money to look like the next person. Essentially, that personal style is just being a clone of the Pinterest girl or this or that other influencer. How personal is that? I think the negative consequences of this are multiple, from the financial one to emotional ones. I think you tend to be dissatisfied with your style and with your wardrobe a lot more often. You end up buying so many pieces and at the end you probably wear 10% of them. But there can also be some dissatisfaction with your body image. You see, Pinterest, Instagram, and all of the likes are filled with images that don't necessarily reflect our stats. And you see them over and over again, and you're taking inspiration because you like the look of those people instead of taking inspiration from nature, from music, from arts, from books, from sports even, whatever is your thing. Instead of taking inspiration from a movie, a character of a movie, so a fictional person, not the person per se, but a fictional, an invention of a person, what they stand for, and not necessarily just for what they wear and how beautiful they look to you, well, you tend to be more dissatisfied with your image because it's never the same thing. Even if you follow the inspiration, it's never the same thing. And even if you tailor and train the algorithm to propose you different images, you have to enter a keyword to have a different image. For example, this is my Pinterest feed, right? To be honest with you, they're very beautiful. Everything I see is very beautiful. But these people, they don't look like me, you know? And even if I entered, for example, let's say curvy, because I am curvy, outfits inspiration 2025, then I end up with this or this. As if curvy and the keyword curvy was just one type of person instead of a range of different bodies and different shapes. And not even curvy corresponds me. So at the end of the day, I end up with no inspiration. I'm trying to label myself and I feel sad with the image that I see on the mirror. And that's just not fair. And so the cycle begins again of sadness and of cloning somebody else's style. That's not personal style. That doesn't say anything about you. That's styling, and it's okay if you just want to do that, but I wouldn't call it personal style. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I really want to hear your opinion on the matter, and I want to hear if you're more for personal style or just for pure styling. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I have a goal of reaching 5,000 subscribers by June. Help me out with that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!